watching Sweet Addictions TV. Yes, honey. So what's the business? How have y'all been? How have y'all been? What? So listen, like I told y'all, I was going to sit down and try to go through the Sweet Solutions and pick out some good ones. I was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I picked out 6 that I could actually go through real quick because, you know, I had Spider-Man jumping on the bed. So I had to come to hurry up and get what I, you know, go ahead working on that with what I got. But from now on, I will start looking through the Sweet Solutions, you know, to get some. And sometimes, y'all, if this question is something I've done 50 million times, I might not do your question on the video, but I'll just respond back to you. Like, I've seen a few that I'm just going to write you guys back on. So, yeah, so that way I can just keep it moving, keep answering everybody's stuff. But just, you know, some that I know people want to sit through a 40-minute video and watch, those are the ones I'll do for the video. Okay, before I start, y'all, I got another shirt. I don't want to, oh, let me see. Can y'all see it? It's me, ain't it cute? They drew all of them and had the different sayings. You know, Chad ain't gonna wear me, hook or now we're cousins. Y'all remember that video? And Blink's there. Okay, anyway, let's get to it. Oh, and speaking of which, I uploaded hoodies because I'm gonna buy one because y'all know I gotta buy my own shit. They don't give you your shit. But I'm gonna buy a hoodie to wear for the haunted house. So yeah. Okay, let's get to it. Now this one is long as shit, so get ready. Okay. Hey Candy, I love the show. You can say my name. You can say names. Okay, here's my issue. About 6 years ago, I became a member of this underground dating service where everything is done blindfolded. They gave you a LG Migo cell phone, kid's phone, where the numbers of your 3 choices are already programmed in the phone, and you have 3 I guess it says 3 months to talk to them, and then 1 month to physically date them at a blind date facility once a week. Okay, so I narrowed my choice down to Damon, and then we had our real, no blindfolds first date. He liked what he saw, I liked what I saw. But honestly, by the time of our first date, we were in love. It was something about getting to know the real someone versus the whole physical attraction at first thing. Anywho, the night of our first date, we had sex. Girl, he was the best I've had. And that's how she wrote it. The biggest I've ever had. Lord, he fucked me so good. I swear I died twice and came back. Well, damn. So Damon and I altogether ended up dating 3 years and were engaged. But I got this amazing job offer in LA and couldn't pass it up. Damon was supposed to relocate with me from New York to LA, but his mom got sick, so he had to stay behind. We did the long distance thing for the last year of our relationship, but in that year his mom dies and also my father. So the communication ended up being less and less until there wasn't any at all. So about 2 years ago, I got married and my divorce was finalized. The nigga had the nerve to put his paws on me, so I stun gunned the fuck out of him. Okay, Patches. So since the divorce started, I used money that I had set aside for it just in case a nigga act up, which is actually a settlement money from a hospital lawsuit that I won. So I purchased me a new house in New York where my twin sister McKinley lives, and her name is blah blah blah. I ain't gonna say that part because I don't know. The house is getting renovation, so I needed somewhere to stay because after the purchase of the house, all my money was tied up, and I was literally living paycheck to paycheck with my job in New York. So I asked my identical twin, could I live with her and her husband until my house is ready. She was hesitant, but eventually agreed because she knew we are all we have left. Our parents are dead, and the sad part is they were both only children, hence leaving us with no family but each other. So I'm here for about 4 days before shit hits the motherfucking fan. So my sister and I are watching a movie, and I asked, why haven't I met your husband yet? She says, Mackenzie, he's out of town for a project and won't be back for another week. And I say, no, before now. Ever since you got married, we haven't been as close. We've never been Tia and Tamara, but we were close like most twins are. She said, well, I don't know. I mean, with you living in LA and me living here, we just grew apart and I grew closer to my husband. Okay, so I'm in the kitchen cooking up some steaks and I hear the front door open. I'm thinking it's my sister coming back, going from the store getting wine. I'm preparing a salad on this island, and I feel a kiss on my neck. I turn around and scream, and I'm looking dead in the eyes of Damon. Honey, y'all heard it right. I told y'all this sound on Facebook. It sound like a motherfucking urban book, honey. Okay. I'm sitting there stuck with my mouth wide open, and he says, "Surprise, you did. I surprised you, didn't I?" I'm still looking dumbfounded, and I smile and wrap my arms around his neck while saying, "Yeah, you did. What are you doing here?" He says, "Well, the development got put on hold, and I missed you." I'm like, "What?" And he says, "What? A man can't miss his wife?" And I say, "Wife? I wish." So Kinley must have told you I was staying here. He looks at me and says, "McKinley, staying here?" I'm like, "Yeah, until my house gets done with renovations." He raises his eyebrow, looks at me, backs away, and says, "Mackenzie?" And I say, "Yeah," and raise an eyebrow. He shakes his head saying, "I don't believe this. I don't believe this shit." And I'm like, "Damn, what the fuck is the problem?" So I say, "Damon, what's the problem?" He says, "The problem is," and my sister walks in the door and says, "Her." So, to sum this shit up, my fucking sister, my twin, ran into Damon. He walked up to her talking, thinking she was me. She didn't tell him any different. They started dating. She eventually told him that back then she lied to him about her name due to how we met and etc. And that her real name is McKinley and that Mackenzie was her twin. They picked up where he and I started off at, basically got engaged, got married, which explains why she didn't have the big dream wedding she talked about since we were 16. I left the house after that blow up. I slapped her and asked her how could she. I went to stay in the hotel with my money I didn't have, and I had to get my girlfriend from LA to pay for a room for 2 nights. I was crushed. My twin sister betrayed me. She knew who Damon was, met him and everything. She knew how much he meant to me. She was there when I fell apart about our relationship ending. And the bitch fucking married him. She kept calling me and even showed up at my job. I had already notified people that she isn't to enter the building. Damon got my number from her cell phone, called me and I told him where I was. He paid for a week on my room. We ended up fucking, and he explained everything that happened and shit. Now Damon and I are back together, married. I'm pregnant. My sister was pregnant, had a baby about 8 months ago, but the baby died. My heart goes out to her because I can only imagine what that must feel like. But I can't bring myself to be there for her because I'm still pissed and hurt by the betrayal. She's called me telling me she needs me, but I can't. So my question to you is, do I try to forgive my sister for what she's done, or do I just let it go and continue to move on? Okay. First off, I'm going to tell you like this, because this did read like a motherfucking urban book. So I was curious. So the email that it came from, I searched for the email, and the email ended up going back to some dude, a picture of a guy. So I don't know if somebody was just bored as fuck and decided to send me some shit, but they sent a picture of the twins and all. So I'm going to answer the question because, you know, it might just be a real question. But it did read like somebody copy and pasted some shit out of a book. I ain't going to lie. But so I'm going to go ahead and answer it just in case it is real. Because, you know, hey, you know, real life shit is always better than shit you can make up, so it just might be true. So we'll never know. But what I say is, yeah, it was messed up, but if you're going to forgive the guy, because she did end up telling him that, no, it wasn't, you know, she did end up telling him the truth, so he still stayed with her ass. So if you're going to forgive him, knock him off, fucking have a baby, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was about to have, not giving a fuck the situation, because if she was pregnant, if she was pregnant 8 months ago, but the baby died, so I guess the baby was here, so you not paying attention to, okay, our kids are going to be cousins and brothers and cousins or sisters, some bullshit, some old hillbilly shit, basically, and you ain't gonna fuck about that. So if you can give it in your heart to forgive this one, I think you should, you know, forgive. Maybe not forget, but forgive your sister, because like you said, y'all are the only family y'all have left. Y'all don't have anybody else in your family because your parents didn't have any siblings and no shit, and that's it. So I wouldn't just cut her clean off, because all y'all got some weird fuckery going on in this story, honey. So, you know, not saying y'all got to be best of friends right off, but I wouldn't just cut her off because you forgave the dude, and hell, blood. I mean, shit, if you're going to forgive the dude, why not forgive your family? Because they both did the same shit. I mean, pretty much. Because she did tell him, and he still stayed. So, yeah, if I was you, I would, you know, I would reach out to her, seeing as y'all are the only family each other has. You know what I'm saying? Plus, like, you got Either she has a little nephew or niece running around. So, you know, I would say work it on out and see how it goes. I hope this ain't no made up shit. If one of y'all out there read some books and this sounds familiar, tell me the name of the book. Alright, let's go to the next one. Okay. Hey Candy, I love all that you do. I have been a sweetie for quite a while, so I've seen all the ups and downs. And you rock, to put it quite simply. Well, thank you, baby. Okay, so here's my question. This woke me up out of my sleep tonight, and it was heavy on my heart. My best friend was molested as a child, and she now has a 9-year-old daughter that sometimes I feel she's making too hypersensitive. Not having been through that myself, I wanted to ask you, do you think that's possible? For instance, she was telling us a story the other day where her daughter's father was washing her daughter's hair at his house during his weekend. And my best friend jumped down his throat because she said her daughter was too old to have him doing that. Then she yelled at her daughter for it. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that. I see it as a sweet memory that a father and daughter could have. I just don't want my best friend's daughter to almost have the same molestation experience by transference based on what my best friend's experience and have her innocence taken from her based upon her mother's past and not her own reality, or make her daughter's father back away from special moments for fear of my best friend's feelings toward the situation based on her experiences. Don't get me wrong, it's horrible what she went through, and she's right to make her daughter cautious, but when is it going overboard? Have you been affected by that with your daughter and your husband's relationship? Should I tell my best friend my opinion or keep my mouth shut as being none of my business? Sorry if it was way too long. Thanks in advance. Okay, here's my thing. Now, when you have been a victim of molestation, it is very hard to trust males. And I know you're figuring, well, that's the little girl's father. And you're right. But like I told y'all a while ago, when I had my daughter, even my brothers, like, and, you know, that's her uncles. But, you know, I was molested by my uncle. So they would pick her up, you know, just to give her a hug. And if they held her too long, I would lose my fucking mind. So I understand your friend, what she's going through. And I think she's just looking at any little thing. Because the way you said she was molested, it sounds like it was probably somebody close, like a family member as well. Because I think that it really does put us on alert a lot if you've been, you know, molested. And I will say, I was exactly like her for years. Like now, with my daughter being older, you know, I've talked to her about such a situation. She knows what happened to me when I was younger. Of course, not in detail, but, you know, overall she knows. And I talk to her, and you know, I try to tell her the good and bad in the world. You know, I don't want to sugarcoat her world where she just think everything is, you know, goody gumdrops and cookies and dumb shit like that. So she knows the happiness, you know what I'm saying? But I also put in there what could happen and the craziness that's out here in the world. But until she deals with it, because she hasn't dealt with it, and I can see that, you know, I can hear it from what you're saying. She needs to talk to somebody, or she needs to write it out. Like with me, talking, within the last few years, I could talk about it without crying. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel like myself, that I'm starting to heal over it. Because before, if I brought it up, nigga, brain, oh my God, it's ridiculous. And I was just like her. Don't touch my child. Why are you picking her up longer than 2.5 seconds? Put her down. No, she don't need to go with you. So I understand her, and I understand you. Maybe you can sit and talk to her and ask her, well, what happened? You know, what was your experience? You know, I'm here for you. I want to be able to help you get through, because it seems like you're in a lot of pain. And, you know, when you're in pain, your kids feel that pain. And you know, I'm young girl, so I want to help you through it, because, you know, I don't want you to have your daughter looking at her father like, ugh, you know, you're going to do something to me and mess up that father-daughter relationship if you don't sense that. You know what I mean? So maybe if you don't come to her like, you're about to make your child, no, just sit down, ask her to talk to you, you know, as far as she feels comfortable, and ask her, what's going on? You need somebody to talk to. I'm here for you, yada, yada, yada. Because just from that, and tell her from the outside looking in, it seems like you're kind of putting it on your daughter, and trust me, Anybody who's been a victim of molestation, that is your biggest fear, for your child to feel that feeling. It is. And that's why I said I will never say I'm completely over it, because I'm just thinking about it and thinking about her having to go through something like that. It really does. It'll really mess with you. So just talk to her. And if you put it to her like that, she may want to sit and you know, get some help, because that right there, you never want your baby to feel like that, how that feels. So give it to her like that. And that should probably strike a chord in what's going on with that. Okay. Next. Okay. I'm just going to get right into it. You can say my name, laugh out loud. My name is Adriana. I'm 23 years old, and I have a small issue. Lately, I have been kind of on the depressed side. I found out I was pregnant a few months ago, and to my surprise, my guy was happy about it. About a week and a half ago, I had a miscarriage. He says he doesn't blame me for it, and nothing has changed between us, but I blame myself. Only because I don't know what caused it. I will spare you the details because it was horrific for me. Before I lost my baby, I found out my father isn't really my father. I'm adopted by my grandparents. I was aware of that. But when my mother slipped and told me about my father not really being my father, I was pissed. Granted, we look nothing alike, but I look like my grandmother, so I never thought anything of it. All of this is starting to surface because in the midst of all the other family drama, my mother told us that she has stage 3 breast cancer. I'm not going to lie, she is deteriorating in front of our eyes. It's like it's getting worse every day. I cry and cry because we don't have a relationship like we are supposed to, because she was abusive. I don't feel bad about that. I just don't want something to happen to her and we have unresolved issues. I've tried talking to her, but she is as stubborn as they come. Anyway, my question is, what can I do not to revert back to my old ways? I used to slice my arms and other body parts and just watch blood flow until I got dizzy and cut her. I don't want to go back to that, and I just need some advice. I've been to several therapists and it just isn't working. Please help. Okay, now this, believe it or not, I'm familiar with, because there was someone in my family who actually did that. And they were doing it because they felt pressure, thinking that they didn't live up to their older sibling. And how the family was able to get through them, it was just reassurance and finding something they were good at, and you know, keeping them in something where they feel positive about. Now, everything you've named off, I know that's going to be hard. You've named off a lot of shit that one person should not be experiencing all at once. So I want to, first off, sorry to hear about your mother with the breast cancer and all the stuff you're going through. And it's crazy because I've gotten a lot of letters from sweeties who, you know, who are cutters, asking, you know, how can they stop? And it's really, it's like a, I don't want to say the wrong word, but it is a disorder. It's a way that you cope with stress. And for some reason, like some of the cutters who've written me has basically said it's like when you cut and that blood drains, just like the problems is just draining with it. I don't know if that's how you feel, but I think you need to get with someone that you feel comfortable enough to just let it all out. Because see, I also believe that when you start the cutting, it's because you're not letting it all out. Even though you're crying, you're cutting at the same time. So that crying, that you need to replace the cutting with that cry. Let that, when you cry, let that be your flow for things coming out of you. But you definitely need to find somebody who you trust, whose opinion you respect, that you can sit and talk to help you through that. Because like I said, I've had a few sweeties that I've stayed in contact with over the years since I've been doing Sweet Addictions. You know, just getting updates and finding out how they're doing and how they're coping. And I usually tell them there are groups. I know you said you've been to therapists, but try to look up groups. They actually have groups for, you know, cutters to help you. They help you with giving you different alternatives to do to help when you get that stress and you feel like you need to do that. And I think that's really good. It's helped some of the sweeties that I've talked to. If you find one in your area, just Google and see where the nearest place is. But you can definitely get some help for it. And once again, I'm sorry for your miscarriage as well. But you can definitely find um, a group that actually knows what to do and can help you with different ways to let go of that stress. So don't just sit there, because if you're sitting there and everything's going through your mind, especially all the bad shit, you're really going to be like, fuck it, and do it. You know what I'm saying? So really just kind of get out of your comfort zone. And don't try, you did the therapist, okay, try the group. Because it's almost like, you know, the Alcoholics Anonymous, where if you feel like you're about to do it, you'll have a sponsor you can call. They can help you with certain stress techniques and all that stuff. So try that out. And then hit me back. You know, hit me back on Facebook so I can, you know, let you know. But definitely try to look into that. And I would definitely say go there once you find where it is, because they are really good with helping with those situations, and they know about it as far as, you know, the help. Because I can only say so much. That's why I usually recommend the sweeties who come to me to find those groups, because so far they've been doing real good with the other sweeties I've talked to. So really, really try to get into that. Okay, next. Dear Candace, I am recently a single mother in need of some advice. My child's father and I decided to separate not even 2 months ago. We had a conversation that we would not bring any other female or male around our child until, okay, can I read? Around our child until we were serious about them. That they would not even meet our child without the others' approval. When we moved out, he acted so hurt, and he said he wanted his family back, crying and all that jazz. But he could not wait to get all our things out of the house. He brought sheets and comforters, started to go to the gym, and rarely saw his child. Then a few weeks ago, my daughter comes home and said she met Daddy's friend. I asked him about it. He knew he was caught. He acted guilty and started offering to buy me things and everything like that. Like that was going to make it okay. I told him he broke the guidelines that we put in place and he could not wait to date. It seems like 7 years means nothing to him. Then he calls me last night and tells me that he is dating her and he really cares about her. It's the same woman that my child met a few weeks ago. I didn't call her a bitch, but if the shoe fits. Oop, all right now. By the end of our relationship, he was very MIA. It makes me think that he was already with this woman before he even moved out. I just don't know what I should do. I don't trust him with my child. Even though I was with him for 7 years, I'm very distrustful of him now. He has broken so many guidelines and rules that we set up to protect our child. He made a point to say that she was a good church-going person. I could care less if she was a good church-going person. Jeffrey Dahmer was thought of a nice Christian guy until people find out he was killing and eating folks. I don't know this woman. I have never met this woman, and I damn sure don't like her now. He is not even a weekend dad. My child is still dealing with us not living together and being a family as she sees it. I am the one that has to deal with her crying and all that mess. I just don't know. I don't trust him or this random woman. I won't lie and say I'm not mad. I'm pissed. Thank you for taking the time to read this blank. Okay. So, unless I'm missing something, you didn't ask me a question. Let me see. My child, I just don't know. I don't trust her either. I won't lie. I'm pissed. Okay. Diane, even so. I'm thinking you were so pissed off as you was writing, you forgot to ask me the damn question. So, I'm just going to act like you made up a question. Maybe it's right. If it's not, write me back. I'm guessing if you're asking if you should let the baby go around him, or if you should be mad, or, you know, yeah. So, let's answer that. Yes, you should let your child go around him. Because, like you said, y'all agreed to not bring anybody around until you were serious. Well, as you stated, quite obviously, he was MIA all through the last little part of your relationship, and you was only moved out for, what, 2 months? And they was dating and together. So he was serious about her, you know, a long time ago. So he was serious. Now, he didn't talk to you the first time, so yeah. But I don't think, like you said, she's, how, 7 years old? Did she say she was 7? Well, how old is she? She's old enough to say, I met daddy's friend. So she's old enough to want her father. So trying to keep him out of her life just because he has a new girlfriend and he done moved on, you feel like he moved on quick. I feel like he moved on while he was with your ass. So, you know, you might be thinking it was only 2 months, but he probably been with that heifer for a minute. They probably about to, you know, have their first year anniversary and shit. But I wouldn't don't use your child as a pawn in a game, okay? That's her father. Unless he does some fucked up shit, he doing drugs around and starts to beat the fuck out of some shit that you really need to take away, don't try to use her for spite, because you're pissed off that he moved the fuck on quicker than you would like. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know if that was if I answered your question, because you damn sure didn't send me one. Alright, but I sent you an email telling you your question was going to be answered. Alright, next. Hopefully we won't run out. Okay. Hi, Candy. I love your show. Please keep doing what you do. Thank you. I have a relationship question. I've been with my guy for 7 years this year, and we fought for the entire 7 years. We both have issues stemming from childhood that make us emotionally dependent on each other. I decided to pretend that I was going to leave him by flying back home for about 2 weeks. I told him that I was done with the relationship and cleared out all of my things from our place and left. I decided to call him about a week later and tell him the truth and that I will be returning in a week. He said that he wants me to return, but only if we work on improving our relationship. Okay, so fast forward a month later, I went through his phone because I do that from time to time, and I saw that he had set up an online dating profile with all his real info and that he had selected this particular woman as a featured friend, but never communicated with her. I immediately woke him up to let him know what I found. He said that he set up an online dating profile when I left about a month ago. He said he thought I was not going to return, so he felt he was well within his reason to do so, pretty much. And canceled the profile that same night. The following morning, apologized. My problem is I've been with this man every day for 7 years. Bitch, are you the bitch on the side that left the last woman in the last thing? You believe in the last? You been with this nigga all 7 years. All right now. It was 7 years, and as soon as I leave, he takes it upon himself to try and find new friends. Do I have the right to be upset at him for setting up an online dating profile as soon as after I left? Should I be concerned about his commitment to me, even though he's never given me a reason other than this not to trust him? I need an outside point of view. Please help me read between the lines. There are no lines to read between. This is what happens when you play games. You either win or you lose sometimes. Now, thankfully, you didn't lose because you came back in time. But you told this man, I'm done, I'm leaving. You took all your shit out the house. So, he's single. You understand what I'm saying? You went to a whole other state and told this nigga, I'm gone. Okay, so what? So now he online. He lonely. Nigga want to, want to talk to some folks. But even you said he set up the online thing, but there was no communication on there. So, no, you have absolutely no reason to be mad at him at all. Like you said, he was well in his means to do that. You left him. Now, stop playing games. Put your grown lady panties on and keep it moving now. You got some issues, sit on down and talk it out. And y'all, figure out what y'all want to do. But playing games will get your ass hurt real quick. And digging for dirt, you'll always find it, honey. Ain't nothing under dirt but more dirt. Shit. And maybe a couple of skeletons. Shit, I'm just saying. So, yeah, no, and don't talk about, should I be concerned to trust him? He's never given me a reason other than this. He ain't give you a reason then either. You weren't with him. You lied. You told him you was done and you got the fuck on. So, he still ain't gave you a reason not to trust him. So, don't fuck it up because you mad because your little plan backfired, honey. I'm just saying. I hope you still like me. Alright, y'all. I think we're at the last one. Matter of fact, let me check and make sure we good before the camera cut off on me. Where we at? Where we at? Oh, no, okay. And good. Last one is itty bitty. Okay. I just picked. Let's see. Alright. Uh-oh, is it about to die? I guess I'm alive. Okay. Hey, Candy. I'm going to make this short. I'm 18. What the hell? I am an 18-year-old female, and I was recently diagnosed with herpes. I found out about it 4 hours ago. There's so much stuff running through my mind. I will never be able to live a normal life like getting married and having kids. I won't be able to seriously date someone. I don't want to live my life that way. I have been thinking about just ending my life. I just need advice because I don't want to tell my mom or anyone else. Baby? Okay, first off, I'm sorry that you know, got herpes. I am. I'm sorry about that. But obviously you was out here doing some things you were not supposed to be doing, honey. And that's why I always tell y'all, people just think, oh, I'm gonna get pregnant. Y'all forget about all that other shit, you know, that's out there. I done told y'all 50 million times. There's A, B, C, D's, F's, G's, and now Z's. And Z's go into 1, 2, 3s. There's too much new shit. Now, did y'all on the news? They talking about there's a SARS plus something else. It's like the common cold, so people thinking they got a cold and end up dead. I mean, it's just too much shit floating around for y'all to be out here doing too much. Now, I will say this. I'm sure you can live. I'm sure you can have babies and all that stuff. But anyway, it's having herpes. I know it's fucked up, but it's not enough to say I'm gonna kill myself over it. You know what I mean? I mean, you said you're 18, so technically you ain't got to tell your mama and them you got herpes unless you still living at home and she got to pay for your medicine. But if you know, you paying for your own shit, you ain't got to tell nobody except for somebody you trying to be intimate with. But I don't think it's enough to say I'm just going to kill myself because I got herpes. I don't even know what are herpes. I mean, I know what herpes are, but is it like sores? Y'all, child. Oh, God. I can't deal with this right now. My thing is, go to the doctor, get yourself together, and see that, you know, what they have. Because I'm sure, like, herpes come in outbreaks, right? So, I'm sure they have medicines that can prolong before the outbreak comes. Just, you know, and you said you was diagnosed, so you did go to the hospital. So, I'm sure they told you all this. So, you're just looking at it like, Lord, I got herpes, it's going to be there. And, you know, shit. And I can understand that reaction. But to say you want to kill yourself over it, no. 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 I don't even know how to answer this, chat. Y'all be draining me. I love y'all so much. I do. I really do. But y'all don't understand how many suicidal sweeties have hit me up in just the last week. And it's taken me through an emotional roller coaster. Like, I be sitting up at night thinking, oh, Lord, let me write this child back. Oh, Lord, when they going to write me back, they taking too damn long. I have literally dealt with, I think, a total of 5 sweeties this week that have talked about just going and committing suicide. And it's like, even though in the moment you feel like, oh, my life is over, if you just sat back and read what it was, because some of the stuff that these babies are telling me they want to take their life over, I literally want to be where they are just to shake the shit out of them. I'm like, are you really? You want to end your life? But I'm always going to be there for y'all to talk to. I'll damn sure talk to you every time, no matter how, you know, but I ain't going to lie, that shit is stressful. But y'all work it out. That is nothing to take your life over. If you need to talk to me, I will talk to you too. Hit me up on Facebook, and if you feel the need that you feel like you're going to do some stupid shit, hit me up, honey. And if I'm there, I will surely hit you back with no problem. But trust me when I say this is not something to want to end your life over. You are 18. You have the rest of your life to live. Now, you will have to be cautious, but that was a decision that you chose. And actually, after I did that that rant on the sweetie who, I mean, I'm not on the sweetie, but the lady who had sex with the dude and then told him afterwards I got HIV, and y'all, it's not that bad, you know, and he killed her. I had some people write me and was like, well, in this day and age, living with HIV really isn't that bad. You know, they have so much medicines and this and that it's not like it used to be way back when. So I'm sure the same would go, yeah, of course you don't want it. Of course you don't. But I'm sure with the stuff they have out now, you will be able to go on and live, you know, a normal life as long as you go and do what you got to do. You understand what I'm saying? Alright, y'all, I'm about to get on out of here. Y'all have taken me through an emotional roller coaster. And I'm about to go upstairs, drink me some good old juice, and lay it on down, honey. Alright. Okay. As always, Thanks for watching, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a mother-sucking friend, baby, to subscribe. And follow your girl on Twitter. Yes, honey. And make sure to Facebook friend me and follow your girl on Instagram. And, you know, I'll follow you back if you write a comment and then put FW at the end. I will follow you back. And y'all make sure to go get y'all Sweet Addictions TV t-shirts. And like I said, I just uploaded some hoodies because I know it's about to get all cold and things. And like I said, I'm going to get my hoodie for the haunted house. It's going to be so fun. So many people are coming this year. I can't wait. It's going to be great. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, and for some people like, Candy, why you been wearing a hat the past few videos? Because, child, ever since I fucked up my arm, trying to do this hair and curl it up, it ain't popping. So I put on my hat because I ain't done shit to my head. So that's why I got my hat on, honey. Now, once my stuff gets right, then I can go ahead. I need to wash my hair again. And y'all know this is really that curly shit. So it takes a lot to blow dry and straighten. And right now, this arm ain't about to pop off. So that's why I've been having a hat on.